Hey guys, it's Leela. Welcome back to my channel. Look, your girl was living life, doing her. I know I haven't posted in a really long time. I was going back to school and I was super busy. I took a full load of classes, so I didn't really have time to just like sit down and film, and even if I did, it took me like forever to edit videos. So I decided to take a little hiatus that was, gonna be longer lived until Miss Rona decided to throw herself in the mix over here and actually cancel all the busyness that I had. I've been in quarantine for like, month and a half. The first couple weeks of like quarantine were kind of rough just because, I was already due to get my nails done, I was already due to get my eyebrows done, I was already due to like get my lashes done, I was already due for everything. And everything just started to close down, and I was like, well, I can't be like looking all busted up on the camera. So I've been doing like a lot of little at-home things, which leads us into the reason of this whole video is I decided to try to do my own acrylics by myself at home. This was a very interesting little experiment. I filmed it all. I'll show you guys, the whole process of me doing that and like what I think of, what I bought, what would I do differently. There's a whole thing. If you guys are new to my channel, hi, I'm Leela. I make a lot of beauty and fashion videos usually when I'm posting, so sorry if you're new and I haven't posted anything, but I'm back. I finally am gonna get myself into a good rhythm so I can film and make content and try to be creative since we can't really do anything right now. Without further ado, if you guys want to see my attempt at my at-home acrylics, then just keep on watching.
Open up, U-O-P-N.
Okay guys, so first here is the kit I bought. It's by the brand Kiss. It does have all of these extra tips, files, the powder, the liquid, primer, pretty much anything you need for this. So first thing you want to do is grind down the top of your nail surface to help the acrylic and the primer bind to your nails. Then I'm gonna just measure out the sizes for each finger. You do have 10 different sizes in this kit, and then there's also white tips as well, so you can do whites if you wanted to do something other than the clear. So now I'm just trimming them down to size. I did cut them a little too short, for my preference, so I would just keep that in mind when you are trimming. I would trim a little bit more than you want. Now I'm just shaping them out. So I like coffin shape, but you guys can file them into whatever shape you'd like, but I'm doing coffin. Now this is the acrylic primer, and this is what you don't do, because this is what happened to me and I ruined my desk, so be very careful. But what you want to make sure you do is coat all of the nail bed in primer to make sure that the acrylic adheres and sticks. This is going to help it not lift. Now I'm taking the acrylic liquid and this little dropper that's included. This is to help the smell. It doesn't completely take it away, but it does help to minimize how bad it is. Now I'm just prepping the brush. You just want to dip it in a little bit of the liquid, and this is the powder, so this is what the actual acrylic part is. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking a little bit of the liquid and I'm grabbing a bead. The way that I dragged out the little bead is actually the incorrect way. I found it out after. What you actually want to do is kind of do like a little 3-tap motion to make a ball of acrylic and put that on. That way it's the right shape. But basically you want to just kind of form this shape that you want. You want to make sure that you're not doing it too thin or thick. Thin will make them break and thick will make them look unnatural. And it'll also make it harder to shape them and grind them down later. Also during this process, you want to make sure that when you're putting the acrylic down, you're not getting any of it on your cuticles. If any of the acrylic touches your skin, it will start to lift eventually after you have the set on. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you keep it all off of your skin.
So I'm gonna like interject because like I know I've been voiceovering, but one thing that my nail lady taught me is to listen for like this sound, not this sound. This means it's not dry. This means it's ready to go. And then these are kind of like in the middle, so they're almost dry. And then this one's still wet, so I'm not gonna hit it. But yeah.
So now what I'm doing is I am just pulling down the skin on the sides to expose any acrylic that got on my skin, and I'm filing it all down to make sure that there are no lumps or bumps on the side and that I don't have any more acrylic coming off onto the sides of my cuticles. And now I am taking the top of the gritty side of the nail file and I am filing down the top. I'm making it smooth, making sure there's no bumps, and making sure that everything is nice and smooth. And then once I'm done with the gritty side, I flip it over and use the soft side to smooth it out.
It's not for me to say you love.
Now I'm taking the pink buffing block that comes in the kit and I'm going over the tops. This helps to sand it out and buff out the nail, make sure that there's no sharp edges, and make sure that you don't have any bumps. Then this is an LA Girl regular nail polish. I started to paint them and I started kind of to do a design, but eventually I ended up smudging them really bad and they got really messed up and gross. So I tried to repaint them multiple times and I just kept messing them up. And eventually I just did polish strips, but this is what the end result looks like.
So to start with, I like polished the nails, but I kept messing them up. So that's why eventually I ended up just getting polish strips and doing that. But those also kind of peel a lot too. So that was kind of annoying. One thing I will say is that I did get acrylic on my cuticles. So that's like the number one rule is like you don't put acrylic like on the cuticle skin at all. That way the nail doesn't lift. Because I was like doing my left, this side with this hand, it was like really difficult to try to, not let the acrylic run so far on the side. So, I mean, that also might be like my technique. It also might be like the brush on the inside. The brush in there is like not that great, but good acrylic brushes are pretty pricey. So that's just like one thing to keep in mind. I've heard people say they've used like paint brushes and stuff, but I think, personally, I think that a brush that's shaped specifically to make to make acrylic beads to like put it on the nail, I think that's the best option, even though the brush is probably going to be like $20. If you're gonna do them a lot, it's a really good investment. I'm still on the fence on buying more product because I don't know how well or how much I'm gonna keep up with actually doing my nails, because what ended up happening was they all ended up breaking. And then I did a second set where I actually just did like the sculpture stickers instead of the glue-on tips. And because I didn't put enough acrylic to make them like thick enough, they all started to break because they were just too thin and they weren't stable and they were a little flimsy. So then that whole set broke, and then that's why I was like, eventually I just need to make a video, but I don't want to have naked nails. So I bought these like press-ons. And I mean, they're cute, but they're like really short and like they don't actually even look like I made a difference as far as on camera. So I mean, it was a cool experiment. I remember in high school I tried to do my own acrylic nails and it just like didn't work, and I didn't have like my own job or anything, so it's not like I was buying my own products. But now I feel like it is time for me to buy like extended stuff.
I actually did my own press-on nails for the first time today. Here's a little sneak peek of what they look like. But if you guys want to see a video on how I did these, just let me know in the comments.
Overall, I feel like the Kiss brand is pretty good. Like, it's a good little starter nail kit. It's really good for you to see if you want to like practice, like if you want to try it. It's only, I think you can get the small one for like $8, and like the bigger one that I bought was $18, I believe. I bought mine at Rite Aid. So you get like a lot more in the bigger one, but if you really feel like you don't want to commit to it, you can always buy like the smaller box, try it out, see how you like it, and then invest in the bigger one. Or you can go invest into actual like more professional grade products. It's a really good like starting point, so you get a feel for it. That way you know if you really want to invest your extra money into better products, you know whether or not you actually want to do it. That's just my take on it, but it was really cool to like do it, and like it was nice to have nails for like the little bit amount of time that I had nails, because I don't remember the last time I went more than like a week or two in between a set. But yeah, guys, I think that's all I have to say for this video. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, hit that little bell. You'll get a notification every time I post a new video, and I promise I'll be posting more. I promise. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.